Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. On this episode we're dealing with bad days, which we all have. I don't want to be one of those channels that just posts me coming first or second all the time because it's boring. We want to see the mistakes, we want to see what you lot do, what we do, what everybody does. Everyone's human, everyone has a bad day, and you know, I lose more times than I get wins, so you know what I mean? Nothing unusual there, but that's why we play the game. It's the taking part, isn't it? We got to take part and learn and get better and progress as a driver, and in order to do that you need to, you know, take part and race as much as possible. There's no getting away from the fact that practice makes perfect, and in motorsport that's exactly what you got to do. Different cars, different tyres, different tracks, different opponents. You're learning all the time. You're never going to learn it all. But if you stop doing it, you're going to learn less and you're going to be slower than everybody else. So you've got to be on point as best you can. So in this race, we've just started. This is lap 1. Going to take it well easy because the tyres are cold and the tyre physics on this game are actually really good. So first lap, you've got to take it easy. The car will feel very sketchy. If it's front wheel drive, you're going to be understeering like a pig. If it's rear wheel drive, like this little Lexus we're rolling in, it gets very arse happy. Also, when you're on the brakes, you're going to be going straight on a lot if you're braking too late. So brake nice and early, warm the tyres up, get the first lap out of the way, which is what we're basically doing here. And you can see that these first two are having a little battle already, so I'm not wanting to get too close to them just in case something kicks off. But I don't want to be too far away to not take advantage, which is, you know, if something happens. And obviously I don't want the people who are behind me to catch me up too soon and be on my tail, because then I've got to go all defensive and I'll lose the trail on these two on the front, which is not what we want to do. We want to try and keep as close as possible within a safe distance. So we'll get this first lap out of the way, and then the tyres should be nice and warm enough for us to get the hammer down and see what we can do in terms of positions. So when you're practicing this particular track, which is Suzuka, there's a couple of key points on this track that are really hard to get right, but you need to get them right. One of them is that big long left-hander. Now when you're doing your track times to try and get your positions, whatever you do, when you're going round and you're trying to set a lap and you go wrong, try not to press the options button to restart the lap, because if you're restarting it halfway through, you're only learning that first half of the lap. Yeah, and you're not learning the rest of the lap. Although it feels tedious to just like, oh god, I'll just start from the beginning to save yourself time. What you're doing is not saving time at all. You're losing time by not completing the rest of the track, because then you're missing out on learning the other half of the track, which means you've lost time, if you get me. Does that make sense? So make sure you finish the lap, because you might discover something on the second half of the lap that you weren't about to do that could add, you know, that could cut time for you on the track and make it a bit quicker. So always try and finish the lap. Just carry on. Consistency is the key. Oh, someone's gone wrong here. Oh, he's gone off big time, so we've took advantage of second place there. Bang tidy. Again, consistency is key. If you can stay consistent on the track most of the time, you'll make places. You don't necessarily have to be the fastest on the track. Just wait for everybody else's to make mistakes, which is what it's all about, providing you don't make a mistake yourself. Obviously, if you're making a mistake, you're not going to go anywhere, you're just going to go backwards. So try and avoid that if you can. So now we're on the second lap. This is a tricky section again. Got to get down to third gear and keep close to this and get on the power as early as possible for this massively long straight. And if you're behind someone, all the better, because then you can get the slipstream to get up to this corner. Right now, this left-hander here, you've got to practice it, depending on what car you're in, to know when to just come off the gas and turn in and get back on the gas, because you've got to carry speed through there as much as you can and find out where your braking point is so you make this little S section before the final right-hander for the start-finish straight. It's important, that bit, because it's a very fast part of the track, and a lot of times made up there, and then also a lot of times made up on this first long right-hander here. The speed you carry in, the speed you carry through mid-corner is important in order to maximise your speed coming out of it, and then keeping the speed consistent through these long S's, which is difficult. It's easier said than done. You've got to be on and off, on and off, on and off the power, just keeping the car tight to the apexes but keeping the speed up. Sounds easy enough to do, but it's actually quite hard to do. And then when you're following someone, if you're following them too closely, you're going to suffer from a lack of downforce, which means you're going to smudge out. Oh, it's all very complicated, but it's all part of the learning. Oh, I got a bit sideways there on the way out of that one. But we're trying to catch him now. I'm trying to catch up with him, because we need to get onto his toe. That's also a very complicated hairpin, because the exit of that gives you some great speed down here, and you make up at least anything from a tenth to 6/10 if you get it really right by the end, by the time you've reached up here. And like I said, it's a very, the whole track's quite complicated, to be fair. It is quite a complex track. You've got to get everything spot on in order to get a good lap time and to keep your speed up. Lots of good straights, so you can do some good slipstreaming if you wish. I was on the edge there. I was on the edge of that one. So as we get a bit closer to him on the third lap, coming into the fourth lap, now it's time to get the hammer down, because it's the last lap to do something if we're going to do anything. So trying to get his slipstream, which we're not that far away from. But again, going into this corner hot, you just, the amount of mistakes you make going into that first corner if you go in too quickly. It's better just to play safe and make sure you brake early enough to keep the car under control, and then trying to hold your speed through these set of S's is magic in itself. You've got to be able to get it right, keep it consistent. You know when you get it right, it just flows. You don't seem to have a problem, and then other times you're trying to get through it and you feel like you're battling from the very first corner entrance to the exit of the whole complex. You're just like, oh god, that was hard work. You can't seem to keep it up. So, headed into the hairpin again. Again, it's difficult to get right and turn it in, and then it's really easy to get impatient on the power there. And the minute you start getting wheel spin, you've lost time. So trying to get it right is hard work. So we're coming up to this horrible left-hander that again you can go in far too hot in, which I have done a little bit there. And I've got to hug this in order to get a good exit speed. Exit speed. Now I've got to try and pull on his toe. And hopefully for this final left-hander, he makes some sort of mistake or he doesn't do it so well. We seem to be catching him quite well here. Turn in. I'll say we hugged that quite well. Oh, that was close. Down the gears. Don't hit him. Don't hit him. Right, he's made a mistake. Come on. Get alongside if we can. Are we going to make it? No, we're not going to make it, but we got close. So I was quite happy with this second place. It was a good clean race. But from here, it all goes tits up. That was as good as my race was going to get. So I thought, I'll go again. Qualified third again behind the other two. Same as before. And it just goes horribly wrong. What can I say? So we start the race. As you can see, third place. No time difference. I didn't bother trying to better me time. I just thought rinse and repeat, basically. So here we go. Down the start-finish straight for the first lap. And again, got to take it easy because it's the first lap, so tyres are cold. Be careful, Cliff. Oh, there you go. A little bit of Arsene coming round. Looks like they're going to start battling again. So this is where we've got to keep our wits about us. As we go through the complex, car feels very sketchy. And what we go, oh, looks like he's going to make a mistake. Yep, something's gone on, let's have him. Up the inside. Come on. You can do it. Go on, go on, go on, son. Right, we're going to get towed down now. He's still playing with us, but I'm going to block him. So defend this inside line. And see who's got the biggest noodles at the end with the last of the late breakers. I win. Again, I've got to defend this one, so I've got to stay on the inside. Again, brake as late as possible. Turn in, keep it clean. That's the one. On the power as soon as we can. And then this is where it all starts to go wrong, so I've made a massive mistake there on the entrance. I'm going to make another massive mistake now.
Goddamn, nigga, ain't you got better sense than to be drunk driving with a goddamn pistol?
I know, just ridiculous. Don't know why I keep making these mistakes.
Damn it.
But into the hairpin. See if we can try and hold on to third place even. So I've started now where I started, which was third place. But see how we go. I want to try and keep up with him if I can, and use as much slipstream tow as possible. And obviously there's a Yankee tank behind me. They keep showing me his face, so he's closing up quite heavily. Coming up for the massive left-hander this if you get it wrong, and guess what's going to happen? I get it wrong. Oh God! Oh! God damn you! Just can't seem to hook it up.
God damn it, Morpheus!
I know. Terrible. So that was more or less the end of that race. I got passed again, down to 11th. And then, oh hello, here he is again.
Goddamn right, it's getting out of control.
It is. Getting well out of control. I don't know whether he made a beeline for me when he came back onto the track, because I hit him accidentally. But anyway, that was the bloody end of that race. And then I thought, you know what? Let's get involved with the manufacturers for the day. See if that can change me luck somehow. So I started 5th, qualified 5th for this one. Yeah, let's just skip that bit. And yeah, there I am in the back in the little Toyota GT86. There you go, 5th place, not a bad start I didn't think. So first lap, cold tyres, keep it in mind Cliff, as we plod on. So taking it nice and easy, first corner, this is at Dragon's Trail Gardens. And, seeing how we're going, just tickling it and coming in for the second left. First sharp right. Hello. Oh God.
Oh God damn it!
You've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
It does have value. And I ended up finishing 13th. So, piss poor. Very bad day. Was not impressed whatsoever. So this concludes the video of my bad day. There was more actual races that went bad as well, but I was so vexed I couldn't be bothered to put them on the video. So this is the end of this video. It's quite long enough. I shall speak to you all again. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the likey button. If you want to support the channel, it's all in the description. You can go down there and have a clickety-clook. And I shall see you on the next video. Bye for now.